Hi, welcome to my channel. Let's see a couple of public APIs which are freely available, which we can use for our API testing or prototyping. The first one in the list is RecRest.in. You can see the URL in here, RecRest.in. This has got a lot of APIs to try out, list users, which gives all the users in their database. By the way, this is a fake data which is coming, but you can do a lot of requests like get, post, put, delete, and others as well. So list users just got to fetch a single user with the user ID. In this case, it's showing us 2 here, and it has got an create, but I'm not sure if I create the user and if I query with this ID, I'll get. We'll try that in SoapUI in few minutes. And then there's an update, delete as well, register. I'm not sure how it will be used because all the APIs are, you can directly call this all of these APIs. And then there's a login as well. I've created the project in SoapUI, so let's see in SoapUI. So here's the one with register, create users. Let's try the get users first, and let's see. Let me make it bigger. So I'm trying to query the API with user ID of 689, which I think would fail because, yeah, this is giving an empty response with 404 not found. Let me remove this and fetch all the users in their system, and it gives an 200. Okay, that means it should get me something. So yeah, looks like this is page 1. Okay, I saw that there's an option of giving pages, and so let me try that. AGES, sorry, page 2. Yeah, there's some data in it, so it's okay. We can use this get list users. Let's try the create user. Let's go to the API, and I've already done this some time back. Let me change the name here, name 1, and just hit the, okay, by the way, this is a post request here, post, and this is the API, full API in here. So I hit it, and let's see what gives me. Okay, so it is created, and 753 is the ID. Let's go back to our get users and try to get for that user 753 in here. 753, which I provided in the end of this URL. Let's see if it gives something, and looks like give me 404. So since it's fake data, it might not have saved in their system, but it gave me a proper response when I did a create user. But what happens if I do a get user with lesser than 10? 2 I'm putting in here, and should give me something. Okay, there's an user with 2 here. Okay, so yeah, the created users don't show up, but at least it shows me for some numbers. Single user we already tried, and delete. Let's try a delete and see what it gives. So if we go to this documentation here, delete user should give me a 204 response with an empty body in here. Let's try to delete the user 2 in here and see what. Okay, it's an empty response, but let's see the HTTP status code, which is 204 as expected. So I am sure that this user would not have been deleted from their backend. So if I try to query it again, which which again gives me those. So this is not deleting the user in the backend, but still the delete got me the response in there. So let's try this update user. Need to add an update as well. So API users, okay, and let me rename this to update users. Okay, I need to change this to put, since this is a put method in here, which I have done, and it takes a body of name and job. So let us again try with that. Let's try with a different user, fourth user, sorry, and let's see here for name and what does it take, job, which is not there. So let's try changing the name with the update. Okay, I need to copy this here and paste it. If I hope I got it right, eve, and job, just keep it the same in here, and the ID is 4. So I do the request and it gave me a proper response with 200 and the expected response with the time and all. But let's try and hit it again. So, okay, sorry, I did change the name, Eve123. Let's see. Okay, it shows me that it got updated, and let's go back to the get request for this user, and it didn't change. So it doesn't change in the backend, but still it gives me a proper response. So this is okay for our test and writing some test cases out of this, and while learning our SoapUI or API automation. Next, let us go to the REST countries API, which mostly contains only get request, but still there are many requests which you can play around with. I have already created the project REST countries with some of the APIs. It has got get by country name here. Country name, I am passing the country name from the parameters definition in here, using as a template, and it goes up in here. So get by country name, coming back to our API documentation in here, API endpoints and list of codes, currency, you can get by language, capital city, calling code, get by region, and don't see the country, get by country name. I might be missing. Okay, so anyway, let's hit the API and see that. Okay, so it's fine. Let's change the country name to something like Turkey. Let's see. Okay, I spelled it wrong. Turkey. And I got the response. So this is mostly having only get request, and yeah, sorry, this is the API with the country name. I was not able to find it earlier. So country name is there, and you can have API with get by region, Asia. In our case here, I think this should not work actually. Okay, so just remove this one. Can't remove. Have to remove it from here. Okay, and yeah, let's try with 2-digit and see if something. Okay, it doesn't work. So Europe, I was able to query and get by country filtered. Okay, this is a good one. So you can query by country and then you can filter on some of the fields like name, capital, currencies, and in our case I am trying to query for the country Canada and I'm filtering with the names, capital and currency. It should give me only this name, capital and currency for this country Canada. So okay, yeah, I got the response. And finally this is what I have created. I have to try to get the country based on the capital. So I'm trying to query for India. New Delhi is the capital. So just typed in the 3 words here, new, and let's see if it works. And good. So this works. It gives me. Let's try for some other capital like Ankara, capital of Turkey. Yep, this is good. So yeah, both of these APIs are freely available and you can learn to automate test cases for REST APIs with JSON format. So this is the REST countries API URL, restcountries.eu, and you can try out the other APIs. I have not shown all the APIs in my video in this one, but you can try out all of them and you can add test suite test cases in SoapUI or Postman and then learn about REST API testing with SoapUI or Postman, and these are all JSON responses. So thank you.